Well, welcome back to the Hotel Orloff. It's a beautiful winter day. It's February the 12th, 2025, 3:33 p.m. Let's go see, got a little bit of snow. Let's see how it's going. Snowplow over here. I'm just surveying it, man. I came out here this morning. There was no work today. I don't know if they're going to cancel work tomorrow or not. Let's see how bad it is. Okay. Let's go check on the mail. We're supposed to have gotten a piece of junk mail today. Well, if they didn't have work today, I can't imagine why they would have work tomorrow. And if they do, I'm going to have a little bit of work to do to get I'm going to have a little bit of work to do to get my car out of the garage. See, the snow's come up kind of high there. Well, I'm just crossing my fingers that I'll cancel work tomorrow. It's a veritable winter wonderland out here. It's about 19 degrees. I guess the cars are getting around okay. Oh boy. I don't know. Quite a snow event, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. I got a junk mail. We miss you. Chewy dog and cat food. Apparently we haven't ordered anything from them in a while. And they miss us. They miss our money more than anything. Okay. Well, so what are you guys doing, man? Nothing? There's something I've been meaning to talk to you guys about. This is a very urgent matter. We have an emergency, ladies and gentlemen. A famous YouTube influencer named METAROG is in desperate need to get to 1,900 subscribers. And this is an urgent matter. And you, every one of you in the Gratuar Orloff army, need to go over to METAROG's channel. It's spelled METAROG, and subscribe to this channel and get him up to 1,900 subscribers. He's been around since the beginning of time. He started on YouTube in 1962. He's one of the first comic book people on this channel. What he does is he organizes members of the community. He lets people know when there's a contest someone's having, or he lets people know about new channels that have appeared, and he's always done that. He's tremendous collector. What he collects, one of his favorite, he has every single Bronze Age Marvel comic, period. Most of the comic books that existed in Florida have been bought by METAROG. There are almost no comic books left in Florida. But he collects promotional comics and weird, obscure comics that are not Marvel, DC, maybe the comic books put out to promote industrial things or to tell you to cross the street in the proper manner, or all kinds of things like that. He loves obscure, weird comics, so that's a great thing about METAROG. You'll enjoy his channel. This is METAROG's channel here, and
because in this video I'm announcing the official start of my Road to 1900 subscriber giveaway.
So he's on the road to 1900 subscribers. Now, over 4 years ago, the Orloff show number 125, I had a METAROG tribute video. And that was back when I lived in the old country. Let's take a look at that. Let's see here.
Think about METAROG.
All right, so this is, let's see exactly when this was.
METAROG is one of the most amazing.
Hold on, turn this down. This is, hold on. So this was October 1st, 2020. I got 10 likes and 98 views on this classic video. Let's watch it. Here's, let me see. Sounds like I'm using an obnoxious voice on this video. Oh well, it's nostalgia. Let's watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, when America thinks about comic books, they think about METAROG. METAROG is one of the most amazing members of the comic book community on YouTube. METAROG is always there letting other comic book fans know about contests that are upcoming and things that they need to know about in the world of comic books. METAROG shows off gems from his collection. METAROG collects promotional comics and weird, unusual comics. METAROG is a longtime collector that's always there to share with younger fans, to help people start their YouTube channels. He is the guy, one of the nicest guys in the world. METAROG, you will need to subscribe to his channel. If you haven't already, I'm sure most of you have. METAROG. METAROG. Yes, METAROG's channel usually looks something like this. He has a set that looks something like this, except better. I've tried to recreate it very crudely. Let's see. I don't know if this looks too much like his set, but I tried to create the feel. Oh, there's too much light there. Let me adjust that gosh darn light. Oh, still too. That didn't help. Oh, this is a disaster, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the worst things in the history of the world. Did that help? Oh, then this is too dark. How do you do it, METAROG? Your channel is just so sophisticated. I don't know how you do the lighting. Gosh darn it. Oh, shit. See, if I light one too much, then the others... See, and then you have this disaster where the whole frickin' set collapses. So METAROG, he knows what he's doing. And METAROG, METAROG, not many people know this, ladies and gentlemen, but METAROG has been alive forever. METAROG takes care of our community. He's been there ever since the computer was invented, waiting for YouTube to come along so he could help us become the comic book collectors that we are today. METAROG. METAROG. It's spelled METAROG. 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 He's been alive forever, and he wrote the very first post-it note. He put the nerds and the comic books together. He is comics, and he writes the post-it notes. He writes the post-it notes that make the whole world sing. He writes the post-it notes of contests and special things. He writes those post-it notes that make the young girls cry. He writes the post-it notes, he writes the post-it notes. Ladies and gentlemen, METAROG. METAROG, who can bend steel with his bare hands, who has the ability to let a whole community know when shit is going down. METAROG, 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 METAROG. God, I hate these YouTube ads. METAROG, METAROG, superstar. We're gonna have to adjust the METAROG set, ladies and gentlemen. The problem is the lighting. See, I got this lamp here, lighting everything, this Fu Manchu lamp, and it's, I gotta get a more professional setup here, ladies and gentlemen, on the Brought to Orloff channel. Perhaps like this. Does that create the, ooh, yeah, well, see this, maybe I just need this comic's too dark. Does that look more like METAROG? METAROG. And the post-it notes, how does he get them to stay up? I don't know. Arrgh. Who knows? METAROG is a genius. He can do it. Brought to Orloff cannot. That's what YouTube experience does for you. And the whole thing looks crooked too. Gosh darn, how do you do it, METAROG? How do you do your professional camera work? I think I need better lighting, perhaps a better tripod. Right now I'm using 3 comic book long boxes and about a foot tall stack of comic books, and then I've got my phone propped up by a roll of tape, and that's my tripod. But METAROG would never use a setup like that, an inferior pissant setup like that, because METAROG is at the top of his game. METAROG, the indisputable leader of the game. He's the Stay tuned for part 2.
Oh, there's a part 2, huh?
Well, it's October 2nd, Friday, 2020. Happy belated birthday to Richard Corbin, one of my favorite artists of all time. Yesterday was his 90th birthday. I should show you a bunch of his artwork sometime. But right now I was going to show you, I'm starting, as I keep
Well, it says there was a part 2, but this is the next episode. I don't seem to be talking about it. Let's see if episode 127, I talk about METAROG. Maybe that was just false advertising. Maybe I never did a second episode about METAROG. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not getting anything.
All right, Ray.
This is METAROG here.
My friend, and welcome, everybody.
How about that?
Welcome to What's
I'm looking at his channel. Apparently, I haven't seen this video from a month ago where he tours his comic book room.
METACAVE room tour. This is the 2024-2025 room
So
tour.
I don't know how you guys. I'm sure you're all already subscribed to METAROG. I mean, I won't. He's got. I mean, he's like one of the main
Let's go in.
original gangsters, ladies and gentlemen, of the comic book community.
Oh, lovely, isn't it? Ah, the METACAVE. I so missed this place when I was over in Jersey. But that's a story for another day, right?
Well, Drew, are you staying warm?
So artwork from
Of course, she is.
Which is a
But I've always really admired METAROG and the way he handles his channel, and he's a wonderful guy, a wonderful Christian, and I don't know. I don't think there's a person in the world that could say anything negative about METAROG. So, anyway, let's move back into the incredible world of comic books, ladies and gentlemen. And the world of wholesome comics that are entertaining. Let's go upstairs and look at some comics. I'm really hoping for notice that work will be closed tomorrow, but no notice yet. Okay, got a lot of stuff to file. Let's get some lights going up here. So how are you guys doing today? I did a show this morning. I don't think anybody watched it. It wasn't very good, so I would recommend you not to watch it. Okay. But it really was just exactly like every other episode. So really, I don't know why you're even watching this channel when you have wonderful alternatives like METAROG's channel. Anyway, if by some chance you're not subscribed to METAROG, put down below in the chat that you have subscribed to METAROG, so I'll have an idea if I've actually been a successful YouTube influencer and gotten people to go over there and subscribe. That would really make me feel good, because I like to help out, you know. Damn it. Oh, excuse me. Wait. I'm reading comments that appear. Something about the vice president meeting with the French president or something. Okay. What am I doing here? Okay. Somewhere I have a box of Marvel Humor comics, and I've got to file some Millie the Models into that box. So let me see if I can't find that. No, not there. You know what? I think I put it in one of these boxes these stupid boxes that you can't write on. Let's see here. It's always just trying to move one stack of books from one spot to another. I feel like, you know, Batman was trying to move a bomb around. And it's like, where do I put this stack of books in order to get into this other stack? Okay. I think I've lucked out. All right. I couldn't find this box because I put the books into one of these stupid boxes that you can't write on, that are just like made to look nice, and they do look nice because comic boxes are ugly, let's face it. They look nice, but you can't write on them. And then you forget what's in them. Now, of course, it's a box that says Hulk. You would think you would put Hulk comics in it. But that, of course, is never actually what happens. It might happen with normal people, but people like me, we don't think logically. First of all, I need some music. What is going on? You never file comics without music. That's my advice to you, because if you do, you will probably lose your mind. And you need vintage music also. Because if you file Silver Age comics while listening to modern music or hip hop or something, it's, I don't know, I don't think it'll work out too well. Let's see here. Okay, I don't think that'll work out too well. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we did our METAROG tribute. He's got a contest going, so if I win, I don't know how you get it I forgot. It's the most people you get subscribing to his channel, or if you just get chosen randomly, I think you get, I don't know, a few chances in a pot. Anyway, you win 50 comics. So help old Uncle Gratu win those 50 comics. Okay, so this box is man, I've got all kinds of neat stuff. I've got it's like Marvel romance comics in here. My Love #7. My Love 25. My Love 26. Now, these used to be very inexpensive, and I always loved them. But you never see them anywhere, because most comic stores, when they got these, they would throw them literally into the trash because they knew they couldn't sell them. But now you realize, oh man, that looks just like a Spider-Man cover, except Spider-Man's not on it. So, I mean, it's just great art. In fact, that almost looks like Spider-Man's head back there, doesn't it, a little bit? That tricks you. They're great. In fact, that really looks like a Spider-Man cover, doesn't it? Really does. That looks like Matt Murdock there. A little bit of a lecherous Matt Murdock. Here's another copy of Orloff's story. Anyway, they were hard to find because comic store owners didn't put them out in the stores. And now collectors, or older collectors, not younger collectors, are starting to buy these. Either because they bought up everything else or because they can't afford anything else. And now the prices in these are going up, I think, artificially. I've got another copy of that one. I think really if there's just 10 or maybe a dozen people out there looking for a particular book, type of book, it can create an artificial jump in prices, I think. Ooh, wow, that's interesting. Oh my gosh. I just discovered something. Look at this. This is earlier because it's 20 cents, but look at this, man. How about that? Then this came later because it's a quarter comic. How about that? That's interesting. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Maybe I did and I've forgotten. But that's just the way it is. It's the way it is. 34. These are kind of this kind of box. This Hulk box is says the Incredible Hulk, but it's actually comics that Marvel put out that were kind of aimed at girls. Here's Chili #1. Obviously an Archie imitation, but a wonderful Archie imitation. Number 4. Number 10. So what I've done, I guess I put romance and humor comics together. Here is Crazy number 1. Now this predates the magazine that Marvel put out called Crazy, and I think they had a Crazy back in the early 50s, you know, when EC's Mad comic was really becoming a hit. Marvel did an imitation called Crazy. So Marvel did 3 different Crazies. This is the Crazy from the early 70s, probably, what would this be, about 72? February 73. So, yeah, this would have come out about Christmas of 1972. Beautiful Marie Severin cover. Now, of course, this is just reprints of Not Brand Echh, and of course, you should have all the issues of Not Brand Echh. That's something everyone should own. So I've got several copies of that. But my life was changed. Man, it'd be nice if these were bagged and boarded, but well, this is Marvel doing parodies of themselves and of the other companies, DC and Gold Key. Marie Severin's one of my favorite artists. Recently, in the last few months, I've discovered this he's not a new artist, he's new to me, named Steve Mannion. And this guy is everything I love about comic book art. And I just watched an interview with him from about a year ago or something, maybe 2 years ago. But this is reprints of late 1960s Marvel parodies. Marie Severin, of course, was the colorist for EC Comics, so she was actually an EC veteran working on this. This is the book that changed my life to a large degree. A kid had a copy of this in 4th grade, and I forget if I paid him or traded him. He had a grubby copy, just in terrible condition, taped together. I don't know what happened to that. It was so grubby, I may have just gotten rid of it once I replaced it with this nice copy. But this is actually a reprint of the whole contents of, I think, Not Brand Echh number 6. And the great thing about it, it's an origin issue. Now, if that looks familiar, it's the splash page for Fantastic Four number 1. But Marie Severin has redrawn it. And she's even given Jack Kirby credit because she's basically going over every one of his pictures in her style. Look how she's got Sean Connery, 007 there. She's got Sammy Davis Jr., all kinds of famous people in there. But it's the whole, there's even Ronald Reagan, who was at the time, and Nixon there. And just look at the wonderful art. Steve Mannion kind of does this style. But anyway, it's the whole story of, well, at least the origin story. It doesn't get into the Mole Man part. It goes right through them becoming the Fantastic Four. And then this story of the origin of Superman, or as they call it, Stuperman, and how it's just great. Some people don't like this, I don't know, but it's all the super animals and super relatives show up and drive Superman crazy, and he goes mad and attacks but then all the Marvel heroes show up, and Superman just can't take it. Great comic. Crazy number 3. Not expensive, I wouldn't think so. There's another copy in Mylar. And then Spoof. Where's my... Interesting. Oh, these things are out of order. Here's Spoof number 1. Parody of Dark Shadows, Marooned, and the Mod Squad. Now this came out, they were trying to do a Mad type thing. It's got Marie Severin art. Wow. It's Marie Severin art on you imagine, you see, the Gold Key Dark Shadows comic was great. And the artwork on the covers, the George Wilson paintings were great, but imagine if Marie Severin was allowed to do that gold key. She makes him look like a moron. There's the second issue has a parody of All in the Family. And what's weird is that they do Charlie Brown and Lucy, like the Fritz the Cat poster, which is kind of weird because that was an X-rated movie and that was kind of a lewd poster that they put that in, but it's, I don't know, still has a code approval. There was a big gap between issue 1 and 2, I think over a year. Here's number 3 from the Nixon era of comics, but here David Cassidy's being sworn in by John Lennon as president, and Jackson 5 are there, and the Osmonds, and it's Mick Jagger. I've got another copy that's not in a bag and board. Look at that. I remember this full-page ad for the first issue of The Cat. Isn't that great? This was a great time period of comics. I love the 20-cent era. They did a parody of Frogs. Mad and Cracked never did a parody of Frogs, nor did they do a parody of Blackula. They do a parody of Blackula and Marcus Welby, MD. So, and Flip Wilson's in here too. As I recall, look at how Blackula is, look how he dies. He turns into Groucho Marx, then Howdy Doody, and then finally Walter Cronkite. And that's the kind of day it's been. Of course, it's Blackula. Damn, man. Art Marie Severin. Script Stu Schwartzberg. Is it this one? Oh yeah, you know what? They predict they predict there's going to be other monsters that are going to have African American versions, and it's true. There was a Frankenstein. It was called Blackenstein, and there was a Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde. There were two Blackulas, Blackula and Scream, Blackula Scream, Blackenstein, Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde. Was that I think that was all of the African American blaxploitation monster movies. This is my childhood copy. I probably should upgrade it. There's a long story behind this issue of Spoof. My friend had a copy of this, and this is his copy. We traded, and yeah, I forget what I traded him, but I wanted this, and he had an issue of Famous Monsters with the hideous sun demon on the cover, and what else did I get from him? An issue of Fear, a square-bound issue of Fear, 25 cent before, with the corner box, one of the, I think it was early. Anyway, I traded him, and then he came to my house and was hanging out, and he took this comic back. He secretly took it back, and then I was over at his house, and I discovered, wow, he's got another spoof. And then I look at my collection. Oh, my spoof isn't there anymore. And so I remember his father had to come over and talk to my father about that, and they were both Army guys, and they were very amicable. They were like, kid, it was obvious that the other kid had taken the comic, and then after that, his mother never let us go back into his room anymore, like it was my fault. Anyway, that was his dad was like a World War II vet, I guess, or he was over in Japan right after the war, because he had a Japanese wife, and I remember we had to take our shoes off and went in his house. My friend was he was a great artist. Okay, well then it looks like I've got King. I don't know why these King comics are here, but in this box. This box is like a catch-all. So I've got these King comics and Flash Gordon. These Flash Gordon comics are great. It's great stuff. But I guess I did this recently. I was wondering. Okay, I have to remember, Hulk has all the good stuff in it. And then, I don't know, I'm sure METAROG, I don't know if he's watching this far into the video, I doubt it. But this was a comic that surprised me. It's like, what is this? A Prince Valiant, and it has Flash Gordon in it too? And it turns out they were made for schools to get kids to read. I'm sure he has them all. I know he would have all of these Popeye King comics that were also meant for schools to teach kids about jobs they could have someday. All this serendipity, this what's the chances that every time I show a Popeye comic, this music pops on, and I swear it's by chance. I did not plan this. Popeye is teaching you about hospitality and recreation careers, you know, or environmental careers. Yeah, it's meant for a class, you know. But yeah, I got these recently. These are from the 80s, I think. Got a whole bunch of these recently. But you've seen those recently on a recent episode. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is put these Millie the Models into this. So, oh, there's more stuff I didn't show you. What did I do? Oh, it was like Marvel's answer to Plop was ARG. I loved this comic when it came out. It's and it was monster centric, just like Plop was over at DC. It had, you know, monsters in it, and Marie Severin art. ARG 3. I bought all these. These are all my childhood copies. And then, oh boy, what wonderful memories of 4th grade, Friday nights, Kolchak the Night Stalker. And look, it's right out of the old EC comics. That's right out of the old EC Mad comics. Kolchak the Night Stalker. No one else did a parody of Kolchak the Night Stalker. It didn't last long. They were really popular TV movies, and then the series just didn't last because it was on Friday nights. Nothing can last on Friday nights. That killed Planet of the Apes. It killed Star Trek. Friday night was the death night because Friday, most people are out on dates, or they're out eating, or, you know, just other stuff going on Friday nights. Football, you know. Is Kolchak the Night Stalker going to take priority over a football game in Texas or the Midwest, you know, high school football game? I guess I got 2 copies of that. Okay. Here's Harvey. This is also a Marvel Archie style thing. Looks like I wound up with 2 copies of that issue of Harvey. No, I'm wrong. I have 3 copies of it. Now, at Duncanville Books in Texas, near Dallas, they had insane prices on these Harvey comics, and I thought, how is that possible? Because they would sell, you could get copies of Giggle and Ha Ha Golden Age comics for $2. You could get Lone Ranger 1950s comics for $5, you know, but these, and I realized, yeah, because this has the price on it. See, I had to buy this. It seemed like it was kind of pricey, but then I realized that these are pretty pricey now. And also, it's kind of like the condition of this is so good. That might be part of it, but I had to get this. Look at this cover. I had to get it. And I think I got a slight discount on it somehow. I don't know, but... Okay, so Harvey, okay, so I'll put these Millie the Models in after that. They seem to fit very well. That's Millie the Model 197. might have some other Millie the Models over in the Silver Age boxes. This is a facsimile. Well, no, you wouldn't call it a facsimile. No, that's not what this is at all. This is a weird thing. It's Marvel Milestones. It came out around the time of the pandemic. It has classic stories, Millie the Model in it. Hold on. But then it also has in the back. How do they do this? They have a Defenders story because Millie winds up in the Defenders later. It's and they have the paper dolls in the back. So here's Millie the Model 202. I'm getting stuff done, man. I am so happy. Millie the Model 204. I need more of these, man. Not want, I need. I always make fun of people, the drive-through lines. Of course, I don't have drive-through restaurants here in this community I live in now. But always in the drive-thrus, you'd go through Taco Bell. I would always say, I'd like blah, 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 or I want a, I'd like or I want. But then these other people would say, you don't need a tostada, but you want one. I don't know. That's just me being a grammar teacher. Okay, fantastic. So we got those filed. Yeah. So I'm wanting to file this copy of Space Adventures into the Charlton box. I gotta find the right box.